a lot of people are still questioning the provision for the backup that they eventually, passed yesterday. But the good news is yesterday the Senate finally bowed to pressure and admitted to the fact that, okay, now we can actually transmit election results. Did they use the word real time? They did not. But we can actually transmit election results electronically, but give a proviso that peradventure network fails anywhere. The Form EC 38 will still be there,
manual,
as a backup for all of these things. And so the question is, what they did, was it really different from what they had said?
No. It wasn't
just
different.
A matter of, like Jibola would say, semantics.
Semantics, yeah.
It's still the same thing.
The real time is still not there.
So,
and in case there is network failure anywhere,
which is not a guarantee that it won't happen.
it is not 100%. So you have the option of manual as against that of real-time transmission
but
of results.
They've also now, pushed it to INEC.
Yes.
That it is the sole responsibility of INEC to decide how they want to do it. And also a committee has been set up to work with the reps.
Yeah.
And then they can come back later to harmonize. So does this mean that, okay, we're good to go? Everything?
Well, hopefully we are good to go. But then the question on my mind is this. Sometimes I really do not understand the thinking of our lawmakers. And the best thing that they could have done before now is to have engaged INEC. What is your capacity?
How do we go about
what and what do you need? Not because people are now protesting, that is when you now deem it fit.
So again, in playing the devil's advocate here, their own was to amend a law. It was to amend the law. Yes, I agree, which was, we also asked Mr. Adioye the other day that, yes, you're amending the law, but did you also speak
with stakeholders?
Stakeholders, especially INEC. Because it is INEC that would drive this law. So now they've passed this law. If INEC comes in tomorrow and tell you that they cannot guarantee
what do you now want to do?
Real-time transmission of election results, what do you do? INEC has passed the law. Senate has passed the law. INEC will still do what is within their capacity.
But what will it cost, should I say, INEC now to ensure that we can have it's transmission
of results. Maybe not even INEC. Maybe it's NCC.
NCC, yes.
And then there's need for collaboration.
So these are the people that you should actually talk to.
Yeah.
So what of election day? There's no network anywhere.
And I saw Omoyele Sowore on a particular program this morning saying that Nigerian politicians. Never you trust the veracity of any of their claims. That's what if they connive with the NCC and shut down network in some part of the country to rig election?
From EC3A to the rescue.
It's an allegation anyway.
So
then we are not ready. Ready.
They already said it. Let us work with what we have at the moment, which was what they said. You know what? They will still transmit the election, the results after collation. But we said we want real time.
Because real time, there's no room for any hanky-panky.
But the real time is still not there. And, Abimbola raised something the other time that those that were protesting, do they really have the genuine interest of this country at heart? I saw somebody there yesterday. He came to play politics. Rotimi Amechi.
He came with his son.
With his son. That just in case of any injury, that was why he came with his son.
And I had a problem. I had a personal problem with that statement. Why would you be expecting injury? Exactly. Why would you think? Why would you even think in the first place that there was going to be injury?
Was he expecting chaos to happen?
Exactly. Why were you expecting?
So that he can lash in on that.
So why were you expecting that? The protesters would. Be violent, and then maybe the police will unleash whatever. Why do we behave like that? Why? So even if you came with your son to the protest ground, fine, he's your son, he's a medical doctor. Why utter those words that you brought him so that he can treat people if there was any injury? Were you foreseeing or were you preempting?
Even if you were preempting, rather, Did you come with any ambulance?
No, you gave me first aid box.
First aid box.
You know, people from Rivers or former governors of Rivers, they love coming to political functions with their sons.
We need to go. All right, you can go on the X platform this morning to take a further read on why the senators are trending. We'll take a quick break. When the conversation returns, I don't think we have column today. So we will go on to our conversation this morning. And this particular conversation is health-based. And it is one that is really important that we need to talk about at this particular point in time. And it is quite worrisome that majority of the people who come down with this particular illness or disease are women. That's not to say that men, again, our doctors this morning will tell us whether or not men are exempted from this particular illness, but majority of the people who've dealt with this situation are predominantly women. So there's a possibility that Ajibola might not be part of this conversation when we return on this break, because we have two doctors, hopefully, that will be joining us on the program this morning. And together we'll be taking a look at a particular disease or illness called lupus. So what's this all about? How can you spot how can you self-diagnose before you reach out to your doctors? And what are some of the things that you need to take cognizance of, to know that there's a possibility that you're coming down with this particular illness? That conversation is after the short break.